Hey guys, Lancer here. Hope everyone's doing well. Thanks again for joining me. We're looking at some more MTG market movers for the day. Please like and subscribe if you find this content interesting. I will be doing this pretty consistently because it's a good way to get back into YouTubing again. And also, if you comment below, it makes me at least feel like there's more people participating. Thanks again, and let's get to it. So, we'll jump straight into the movers of the day. So Solkanar, the Swamp King, moving up another 10-20% today. I'm pretty sure that most of the movement is coming from premium card sales because you can see on TCG Player that the near mint is selling for quite a bit, but the lightly played is selling for $77. So you're pretty much, and there's a near mint obviously being thrown out there for $900. So you could, for the Legends copy of him, pay $77 for lightly played. You're going to have to push it pretty hard to get the near mint because they're going to be bought out. By the looks of it, fished for offers. Next is Bad Moon from Time Shifted. Black creatures get +1/+1. Not a bad card for the cost, really. But the card itself has been moving pretty steadily over the last couple of months and now sitting at almost $2. I will probably trust the Card Kingdom cost as it seems to be more up to date at $3.49. There are other reprintings of this card as well, but $3.49 seems to be where it's set to now. Moving on to Stolen Strategy, this card was on our previous yesterday's list as well, and is still moving up very strongly. There is possibly no pullback. I thought that was maybe a pullback, but there is no pullback. You can get it from TCG Player and Card Kingdom for an average price of $5. I think that this card may see more value as time goes on, unless it gets reprinted, just because of how unique of a card it really is. Next, Darkness from Time Shifted, 1 black for a prevent all combat damage that will be dealt this turn. Very unique for black, obviously. Outside of that, this card is continuing to spike. The premium version in just the last 2 days has gone from $10 to almost $20. That's a jump of almost 100%, but it is slowly doing it over time. It's hard to tell exactly what this card is going to do in the next couple of days, but the fact that just a year ago it was $5 and now it seems to be spiking to almost $20 tells you that, see, people are buying this card out. Like, straight out, people are buying this card out. There is a Legends copy that's $15 as well. Lord of Atlantis from Revised Edition, now sitting at $15. Pretty impressive, actually. I think the biggest thing with this card is there are other copies of him, but they're all being bought out as well. So this is a very in-demand card right now, and may stay this way depending on exactly how well Merfolks do in the new modern meta standpoint. Elvish Promenade from Duels of the Planeswalkers. Not a card that we've seen before. It did get a massive spike sometime in January 2021, but then has dropped down quite a bit. Now it looks like it's curving back up. The average price has been increased because of the spikes that happened before, and now sitting at $5. Rootwater Thief from Nemesis. We covered this card yesterday as well, and maybe even the day before. This card has grown really strong over the last couple of days. It looks like this may be a final push or a buyout on the last day. It's right now, you can get it from Card Kingdom for $5 or $4.49. I think that actually is probably the more realistic price. At $1.66, maybe a medium well-played card, but I'll be surprised if you can get that for the same price. And I'm not too sure about Card Market. It doesn't look like it updates as well as the others. Because, yeah, there's no way you can get it for £44 anymore, or euros. Watery Graves Secret Lairs series. So, all of these Secret Lairs have been growing up over the last couple of days. This one went up by 21%. And I'm pretty sure that these are actually worth it. To a certain point, they are foil most of the time. The bending of the foils is a big issue. I don't know if that's been fixed yet. So we'll have to see exactly what comes out of these. But the fact is, not dual lands, but shock lands are always something that's going to be worth it. Johan from Legends, 3 colorless, 1 white, 1 green, 1 red. He's been on the list a few times as well, and I feel like he is probably flatlining pretty good right now. The reason that he's on the list is that people are still buying him out every now and then. He jumped up by $19.69 today. I just don't think there's enough copies out there for the price to actually be judged based on this. What I'd probably say is if you really want a card like this from Legends, you probably should have gotten it a while ago, or you certainly wouldn't want to buy all in right now. You wouldn't want to buy like 20 of them right now. Maybe one every week or something. Seat of the Synod from Dual Decks, Elspeth versus Tezzeret. Artifact land, pretty useful. Tap 1 to make blue, obviously an artifact color. It did have a massive drop after reprinting, I think. It got reprinted 2016, 2018, and Dual Decks Elves versus Inventors. That I don't remember, but the fact that it's been reprinted a few times in the last couple of years means that it did drop off quite a bit after 2018. It seems to now have been picking up because of all the artifact decks out there. Sitting at $3.99 on Card Kingdom, $1.20 on TCG. Hollowed Fountain from Secret Lair series, obviously also catching up to its actual price point. It did have a massive drop, obviously, when it first came out, but now you can start seeing a bit of a flat line and an increase for the premium. Hand of Vecna from the promo pack Adventures in the Forgotten Realms. This card is moving up in the last day by a decent amount, 16.67%. And it's not a bad card, but since it hasn't been in many other places, it's probably just a commander staple. Sorry, commander card. Glimmervoid from Mirrodin. This card was on our list yesterday, and it is still going up strong. Really strong. I think all the premium cards might have been bought out, actually. It was sitting at almost $6 just a couple of weeks ago, and now sitting at almost $16 for the premium cards. Mana Shot from Classic 6th Edition. Not a bad card. It actually works out pretty well if you can somehow get ahead of the game. It almost just skips one person's turn. You can get a copy from Card Kingdom for $2.49, and I'm not too sure if this card's going to continue going up. It's not on the reserve list or anything, and it has a few printings, though there is a 7th edition that is the same price as well. So yeah, we'll have to see exactly what comes out of that as well. And Lightning Greaves from Forgotten Realms Commander sets. Obviously, Lightning Greaves is a very valuable card for Commander players, and this card is probably not going to drop by much at all. If it is in any of these decks, it's probably just going to get pillaged. So $3.25 from TCG Player right now. Next is Standard from MTG Goldfish. So there aren't that many large changes. You can see that Toski is still moving up by 8%. There are some drops, obviously, from Forgotten Realms, with Grandmaster of Flowers dropping down by 30%. Xanathia, Guildpin dropping down by 19%. Book of the Exalted Deeds dropping down by 12%. These are the normal drops, really, what you'd expect from a early set release. Weekly changes, Shadow Spear moving up by 14%, Toski moving up by 17%, Faceless Haven moving up by 23%. Other than that, nothing too much to write home about. The top losers, obviously, all from Forgotten Realms. The movers and shakers in Modern Darkness, obviously, we covered that in MTG Stocks list. And Blood Moon, it was in the list a few times and is still on the list. Glimmervoid, 21% move today. And Fracturing Gust, 22% increase as well. The largest drop is Sea Chrome Coast at 7% today. So still plenty of gains, not much on the loss. Blood Moon, Darkness have both moved up by 50% this week. Leyline of Sanctity moving up by 39%. Both ley lines moving up by 39-35%. So very strong influence from Blood Moon and from Leyline of Sanctity. So probably from the burn decks. And Pioneer, Darksteel Forge moving up by 5%. Pithing Needle moving up by 5% as well. The biggest drops, Ajani, Steadfast. Not really much going on here. Liliana, Untouched by Death, obviously moved up by 72% this week. And Sigada's Aid moving up by 15% to $5.25, mostly because of Hammer Time. That deck is really strong right now in Modern, and it's probably just taking some stuff from Pioneer. We'll finish off with the Badlands or the dual lands. So the biggest change is the fact that these cards are getting to a point where they will have to make a decision if the premium versions, the top end, is worth the same as the average price. And then either one of two things will happen. People will say, nope, we don't want the average, we just want the top now because that's equal. Or something will happen and the average price will start dropping from here on out. I have not figured out which one. It all depends on the monetary policies of what's happening in each of the countries. Weirdly enough, actual takes into politics. Bayou, same thing, climbing all the way to $550 now as a market price. Last, I wanted to just go and look at the banned list because Brainstorm has been suspended in Historic, and that's about it. I don't think there's really much else to talk about. I will keep you guys covered every day as much as I can. If you guys want to comment or like or say which cards you think is going to take off next, let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.